Hey everybody, and welcome back to Foundation Friday. I am so glad that you guys were able to make it. I went to the drugstore and I saw that Black Radiance had something new. It's called the True Complexion Custom Concealer. And in this concealer you have two shades. Alright, so in every one there are two shades, and it says it conceals any facial imperfection. It has long-lasting, water-resistant formula. And we're just going to go with it. I have it in dark to deep, and the number is 8014A. So it says it conceals any facial imperfections such as uneven skin tone, scarring, under eye circles. A few of you guys asked me about that. Age spots, burn scars, spots, birthmarks, and freckles. So that's a pretty big claim, and they say it's waterproof. Sweat is technically water, so I'm wondering, is it sweat proof? Now there are some people that apply their concealer before their foundation. You might have some very bad troublesome areas and you say, I'm going to go ahead and cover up those discoloration or those spots first, and then I'm going to apply my foundation over it. Then you have some people who apply their foundation, see how much coverage that gives them, and then they go and just spot check little areas that are kind of tough. Today, because I want to see what kind of coverage this thing really has, I'm going to use this first. So this is what it looks like, and I do have some photos of it I'm going to place in the video. Excuse my voice. Okay, you slide it up to open it, and underneath there is a little puff or a little sponge. This is like one of those white sponges, wedges that we see all the time. And I don't know if you guys can see from back there, but there are two shades. One is a little lighter, one is a little bit darker. My experience with Black Radiance is that orangey effect. Every single time I use their foundations or whatever, I always look orange afterwards. So I'm hoping that's different for the concealers. Let's see. This is the Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I mentioned this in just about every foundation video, but I don't think I show it. This is one of the strongest primers I have ever used. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And this is more of a silicone-based primer. It's not mattifying. Okay, so to apply this, I really don't like using the sponge. Let me see what else I have. I have such a large area of discoloration. I hate just using something so small. But for right now, just to spot check and to see if we can see that it's covered, I'm going to use this little brush. This is from Real Techniques. And this is the Dome Shadow Brush. So just to get little spots, we just want to see what it's going to do using this brush. I'm going to use the lighter shade first. Let's see what that looks like. So I have a little spot right here. And as we can see, that lighter shade is very light. So I'm definitely not going to be able to use that. I'm going to have to use the deeper shade in here. So let's get a clean brush. And that would be great, I think, as an under eye highlight shade. So now I'm going in with a darker shade. Much better. And when I took my finger and blended that lighter shade out, it did cover that spot as well. I have a little spot here. And you see how it covered. I have a spot there. So the coverage is pretty nice. And it seems like it's just like erasing all of that discoloration there. It's almost like I have a magic pen or something in my hand. It is covering very, very well. And the color is a pretty decent match. But I do feel like in this spot right here, it looks like it's starting to become a little orangey. What do we think? I really like that. I'm going to try and use it as the under eye highlight for today. I want to see how that lighter shade is going to work as an under eye highlight. Alright, so now that I've applied the concealer, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I could have really just plastered it all over the face, but the whole point was to spot check and show you guys how you can get rid of a few dark spots, or you can wait till after you apply your foundation, and if you see some dark spots shining through, you can take some of that and just tap it in and blend it out with your blender. Okay, so I'm liking it for that. Again, I'm going to leave all the information for it down below, and there were lots of shades in my CVS, so you may be able to find it. It said new, so I'm assuming this is a new product, and I'm liking that. I think this is one of the products from Black Radiance. I think this is the only color or the only thing from Black Radiance that I have really said that I like in a long time. So bravo, Black Radiance. Alright, I'm going into a foundation that I have used a while back. Talked about it, did a nice review on it, but a lot of people, I don't think a lot of women of color purchased it, and it's good. This is the Ordinary Colors coverage foundation. There are two foundations because people left comments on that video. I think that video went to over 10,000 views that I did for this, and they were saying, I don't see how you can say it's coverage. It didn't give me any coverage. There are two foundations for this. One was the serum foundation, which was light coverage. The other one was full coverage, and that's the one I have. Okay, so it was two separate lines in the foundation. This one says the Ordinary Colors Coverage Foundation, and it says high coverage. That's the one you want. I have it in shade 3.2 neutral. I did swatches of this because I bought the two deepest shades. It was this, and then the last shade was this one. They go pretty dark. And someone actually asked me too, if I was doing a makeup kit, again, if I just decided to do makeup and I wanted to do a makeup kit, what types of foundations and things like that I would use in my kit. I can honestly say this is one of them. They had a nice range of colors, and I really like it because they did have neutral and warm and stuff like that, and lots of companies don't, you know, give you neutral and warm like MAC and The Ordinary. So I really appreciated that, and I think for the price, this was $6.99. For the price, I would put this in my kit. I definitely would. Okay, and it was a nice foundation. It lasted on my skin with my primers, and it looks flawless all day. So I can really say I like the Ordinary foundation. Give it a try. I will leave a link for it down below. I'm not affiliated with the company at all. I purchased this stuff on my own, and I really like it. So I'm going to apply the shade 3.2, and that's neutral. Using my trusty e.l.f. sponge that I love so much. And I'll leave a link for this sponge down below too. So you see there, are you going to tell me that is not kit worthy? That is definitely kit worthy foundation. It really, really is. I'll show you my other side. Very, very good coverage. I really like it, and it does not feel heavy at all. It really does not. Right now I'm just going down my neck a bit with, this is the Sigma Edge Kabuki. This is the F87. And I am happy to say that Sigma did give me a discount code. So if you want to buy some Sigma brushes, because somebody mentioned Sigma brushes, 10% off using the code TMC10. But look at that, guys. That is flawless. And I felt the same way when I first reviewed it. That is flawless coverage. Now, I don't know about their skincare. I never purchased anything on that spectrum on their site. But this full coverage foundation is terrific. Alright guys, so this is your completed look, and I thank you guys so much for joining me today. The Black Radiance Concealer Palette, guys, I'm going to be honest, I like this for all over the face concealing or spot concealing. I don't like it under the eyes. I had to take away all my makeup and put it back on. This stuff was creasing badly underneath my eyes. But as far as on the face, around the perimeter of my face for dark spots under the chin, places like that, and then put my foundation over, I'm liking it for that. And I like the fact that they have the 2 shades in there, so in case you're a person that is between 2 shades, you got them there. You can blend them and go ahead and create, you know, whatever you want, or go ahead and blend it out and have some nice coverage for your darker spots. In my opinion, I don't think this would be like maximum coverage. It is buildable, but I don't think this is as thick as the camouflage cream from, or the camouflage foundation from Sasha Cosmetics. That stuff is like thick. Like if you want to cover anything, you can use that. And I think that may be, if I don't get all of the stuff that I need in the mail by then, that may be my next week Foundation Friday. So that's kind of like a sneak preview, letting you guys know what to expect, because not too many people talk about the camouflage foundation from Sasha. And the fact that Sasha is a brand that caters to women of color. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about them next week, or at least throw them in somewhere, because I have done reviews for them in the past. Not that I'm, you know, dissing them or anything, but might just throw them in the video just to show you guys how good that camouflage foundation is. If you're a person with vitiligo, if you're a person with scars and burns or something like that, you want to cover, that foundation is serious. Okay, but this, I think, for a person that doesn't have too many blemishes, even to a person like me, you may like this. Okay, so good job, Black Radiance, just not under the eyes for me. Okay, and that is it. The Black Opal, it did oxidize a bit on me, and it did get oily throughout the day a little bit quicker than some of my other foundations. So I'm still not a fan of stick foundation, still not a fan of it, but I'll give more a try. I do have the Lancome Tint Idel foundation stick coming to me shortly. I think I've done a review on that in the past, but I think I'm going to go ahead and bring that to you guys in a Foundation Friday as well. That's it. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm getting off this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Cyber kisses. Bye.